disappointing loss, especially after our good start. But certainly credit to Duke for showing composure and making winning plays. They're obviously hard to guard because they've got so many different people that can make plays. And, you do a good job on Curry and Rivers, and then Andre Dawkins gets free and just has a great night. It's pick your poison. There's just so many good players. It's hard to keep them all down. And, we had a stretch there in the first half where we got a little too excited because of how well we were playing and crowd, and started taking some quick shots. And, that allowed them to come back into the game. And then we just didn't make free throws, which are run stoppers. And certainly both teams, I thought, competed hard. We did a good job of causing turnovers for them and getting them out of rhythm. Thought we rebounded well with them. We got to the free throw line, which is hard to do. You don't shoot more free throws than Duke very often. So there are a lot of good positives, but we need to win the game. We didn't get it done.
Question. Milton Jennings, was this had to be at least one of his better games played?
He played well tonight. He did what he's supposed to do. He's a junior in the program. He's a guy that has ability. We need he and Devin to play like that on a regular basis. When they do, we're a formidable opponent, and when they don't, we're very, very average at best.
A lot of your players said they felt good about just playing close. I imagine you probably have the same.
Yeah, we lost. We're here to win games. And I understand Duke's a terrific team, obviously well coached, all of that, but we had opportunities to win the game. We didn't get the job done. And, we're not having a great year at all, but so everybody wants to just be like, hey, that's a good effort, good try. You can't let that fool you. We played better. We did some good things. There's positive to be taken. But at the end of the day, on your home court, you got to try to find a way to win that game, especially when you get off to a good start. And we didn't get it done.
What kind of a difference maker was Andre Dawkins? It seemed like he had two really key three-pointers there.
Well, he's just huge. If he has a bad night, we're going to win the game. Because they were, it wasn't easy for them to find ways to score a little bit. They got, 10 here, 8 there, 6 there, but they're accustomed to having guys score 16, 16, and our guys for the most part matched them, but, they had a guy come off the bench who, and that's, they have more better players. They have more better players, more better depth, and that's usually what happens when you find the best teams in your league. They're not bringing in freshmen to do things. They're bringing in a seasoned player that would start at almost every ACC team. And, Coach K does an unbelievable job of managing their personnel and, gets that kid to have a big night tonight. And, so they just, they've got great depth and older players that know how to play, and it shows in the heat of battle, especially when 1 or 2 possessions is really critical. Our freshmen, a couple of them were exposed today because the level of intensity, the size of Duke's big guys, the speed, it was different than some of the other games we played. And, some of them, it was hard for them. And hopefully it's a good learning experience, but, I don't think the Duke kids at all were too frazzled. Maybe a little bit at the end, but not too much.
The quick start, you guys have been slow starting a lot of your games. Is there something, I guess, coachable you can take from that to get that
it's just
happen?
guy making a play or two, and then momentum building. I'm a big believer momentum builds, and we got off to the great start and competed hard, and then as you expect, Duke fought back and they got composure and made a couple shots, and then it just becomes a basketball game.
What's your overall evaluation of your team at this juncture in the season? What's your overall evaluation?
We're inconsistent, like a lot of teams, especially on the offensive end. We just aren't. We don't make enough shots. We're 4 for 16 from the 3, 10 for 20 from the line. You're not going to beat Duke doing that. We were 5 for 19 against BC from the 3, 12 for 18 or 19 from the free throw line. Games like I don't know how many games we've lost relatively close, but those are the possessions that guys have to capitalize. We're just hurt a little bit because we just don't have that one guy that gives our whole team confidence on offense. That when he's got it, we feel good that he's going to make a shot or get in the paint and get fouled or draw help and get another guy an easy look. And I think that's what's really hurting this team, and I think that's what hurts a lot of teams, to be honest with you, that they don't have a guy like that.
Anybody close in going that direction?
Not really.
Are you still confident that that guy can still emerge?
I don't know that there'll be one guy that'll emerge. If we're 17 games in and he hasn't emerged, then doesn't mean we don't have good players. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. It's just, I'm talking about an elite player, an all-conference player, a guy that, you know, DeMontez was all-conference, and to be honest with you, Jere Grant by the end of last year was every bit as good as almost every other big guy in the league. And this year's team, you know, we're just not quite there all the time. I think guys like tonight, Booker and Jennings showed signs of doing it, but they haven't done it consistently. Andre, you know, we ask Andre to do a little too much right now. It's a little hard. That, you know, he needs a little more help so he doesn't have to do everything. And I think at times he wears down a little bit, misses an extra shot or two. But I mean, he had a tremendous floor game, 5 assists, no turnovers. Just missed 1 or 2 threes that are huge. So I mean, we have some good players. Don't get me wrong. We just don't have that one guy that when we really need something, that he gets it done night in and night out.
Any other questions? Okay, guys.
Thank you.